I think it's special for all the guys the last time they get a chance to be out there. Um, Hopefully in a game like this, playing a really good team, last game of the year, you don't need any more juice. I think it's just a special opportunity for guys to enjoy it one last time.
I know you want guys to be playing for something every week, but with something tangible, bowl eligibility, going into the last game of the season, how much does that make a difference for guys to know there's a
You guys ask me those questions all the time. We want to approach every game the same. Obviously, I think anytime you're at the end of the season, there's always going to be big games and a little more riding on it. But I don't want our team to put any more emphasis on any one game than any other.
Scott, how would you describe the mood of this team going into this game on Friday after practice today?
It's good. I thought the mood was good all last week. Said that before the game. Thought the enthusiasm really kind of shone through on Saturday. The guys know how close they've been in a few games. They know how much they've improved. They're having fun being around each other. It was a short week, obviously. We had a walkthrough already on Sunday night and a practice this morning, so it's a quick turnaround, and guys are still a little tired, but we're going to get them ready, and they're going to be excited to play.
Shared energy discussion and guys having fun being around each other, is that a change or is that something that's been there all along?
No, I think it's been building all along. Each team has its own personality. I think the relationships in the team, you never really have a strong relationship and trust with other people until you've been through some shared experiences. And every team's got to learn that on its own. We have some young guys that we're just kind of getting in the fold of that. But for the most part, all that's been really good all year. Maybe a little bit sip when you're expected to do so much, and then you have a couple stub your toe a few times and have some disappointments. Maybe the pressure of all that is off you, and you can just enjoy it a little more. There might be a little of that, but vast majority of our team are the right kind of kids and kids doing things the right way and fighting for each other.
What was the decision that went into, I don't know if it was the seniors or you, that why they're not talking before?
No, honestly, it's just a short week, and it's a big game for us. So I just want our guys to be focused as much as possible. It's really no bigger than that.
When you look back at the Maryland film, what specifically did you like about your defensive play?
Well, we held them to 7, held the team to 7 on the road, so that's a start. And I thought we did a better job getting pass rush. I thought the coverage was tighter. Weren't really any breakdowns until the end of the game and run fits. People were a lot more attentive to the detail, and I saw a lot more enthusiasm, which goes a long way on defense.
As a program's leader, how does that 4-game losing skip to Iowa sit with you? Do you think about it?
Those are things I think about in the off season. Honestly, I can't get caught up in all that as the program's leader. I have to be focused on what I can do to try to give it the best shot that we possibly can this weekend. And Iowa's probably no different. There's a few teams that have been getting the better of Nebraska lately, and that's what we're here to try to fix.
What kind of extra stress did you guys put on Maryland? You had McCaffrey wide, Adrian on the field at the same time.
I'm sure we're giving some people some things to think about and look at with him out on the field. There's a lot of options for us with him out on the field. Again, that was kind of a part decision and part reaction to where we were at skill positions, because we knew Noah probably wasn't going to be 100% going in the game, so we didn't want to risk Luke too much. But he's a really good football player. He can run, he can throw, he can catch. He loves it. So he's going to be a good player for us around here for a long time, and we thought it was smart to get a guy like that on the field.
This will be the last time you guys will have Iowa in a 2-year break. And how much do you like having them as the Black Friday game? And do you think this series has caught on as a Black Friday series?
Yeah, I think if it hasn't caught on, it will. Obviously, we go 2 years without it, but we got a lot of respect for their program. They're consistent, they're solid, they're tough, they're physical. I got a lot of respect for Coach Ferentz. He's been a good friend and acquaintance for a long time. I think he does things the right way. So we're playing a good team. look forward to renewing that in a few years and having it be the last game of the year every year. With us sharing a border with them, I think that makes sense. But again, rivalries are usually for fans. We need to focus on trying to accomplish a mission.
Scott?
Where's your history go back with him? Is it from when you were at UNI?
Yeah, knew him real well when I was in Cedar Falls.
Scott, last year after the loss to Iowa, barely lost by 3, you were surprised or noticed the size difference between Iowa and your players. Have you closed the gap or really?
Yeah, we can get a lot of things done. We can't make guys taller. There was a size difference last year. We got to keep recruiting the type of kids that I think can be the most successful in the Big Ten. We have hopefully closed a gap somewhat on strength and conditioning. I think our guys are stronger and more physical, particularly on the D-line than we were a year ago. That being said, they ran it on us a bunch last year, basically just wide zone a lot and got a bunch of movement, and we had trouble getting off the field. So I'm sure they're going to do the same thing, and we need to try to do a better job this year.
Why does the wide zone, what's the challenges to that wide zone game?
Well, talk X's and O's, I guess. When everybody gets running sideways, defenders, it's easier to get a little push-up field, and if there's any crease that opens up as everything's getting stretched to the sideline, then opens up a seam for a running back.
Epinesa, their defensive end, is rated one of the best in the country. How good is he?
Yeah, he just looks like a Sunday guy when you look at him on tape. That just will be a Steelers uniform. That's how he's built. That's how he plays. Obviously really good in pass rush, really good in the run game too. So we know we have to account for him. He's probably going to be on one side of our line most of the day, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Will Davis is up to 8 sacks, I think. What have you seen from him and the way he's played this year and growth, I guess, since you guys have established that?
Yeah, I think he's gotten better. I think a lot of people have gotten better. That's good production, particularly from a guy that plays inside a lot. If you can start getting that kind of production in pass rush from an inside guy, that's a big asset. Really pleased with him and his brother. I think they've both been really solid for us all year. They're playing smarter now, not making any mistakes. There haven't been any penalties. Both of them are really talented kids, so we're lucky to have coached them.
Scott, you only got 2 years with this senior class. What does this group mean to you?
Yeah, these seniors been through a lot now. They've been recruited by one staff, played for another staff, played for a whole new staff. Certainly experienced some ups and downs. The guys that are still here out of this senior class have fought through a lot, and we appreciate so much the effort they've given.
Adrian's last, if you go back to the second half of Purdue, the last 9 quarters have been pretty good statistically. Do you feel like he's turned some kind of corner, or you have seen something in this game that you are particularly happy with?
Yeah, I think he's running more decisively than he was. I've said this a ton. The fingers get pointed at the quarterback and the coaching staff, and I think Adrian's had to get used to that a little bit. And above anything else, he's been beat up all year. I don't talk about that stuff, but he's getting healthy again. I think that's helped him be more confident again. And we all know what kind of player he is, so I haven't seen the stats on the last 10 quarters or whatever it is, but I know his game's been improving, and he's playing a pretty high level right now.
How much better does he become as an option runner? You know that pretty well. So how has he grown in that way, and what do you kind of teach him to do?
Yeah, we've spent quite a bit of time on that. There's an art to that. I had to learn it. Everybody that runs it has to learn it. There's just a feel and an art to it, and I'm not sure that he was experienced at it when he first got here, but he's getting better and better.
Yeah, Scott, after the game, Adrian said that one of the things that you stressed last week is that the guys couldn't be wusses. Have they made progress in terms of toughness in the last month or so, maybe since that Minnesota game?
I want a tough team, and I don't think you can win the Big Ten without a tough team consistently. Yeah, the wuss comment, I hope that's what I said, was in regards to making sure that if it was cold in warm-ups, that we went out and handled it the right way. And I don't think we did that in one other game this year. Most of the team did, but not everybody. And usually a big part of that's just a mindset.
With McCaffrey, one of the reasons why he came here was to play quarterback, because there were a lot of schools that recruited him as wide receiver. Obviously, you want to keep him at quarterback, but what's it say about him that he was willing, to play wide receiver for a game where you guys can use him?
Well, I won't clear that up. He's a quarterback, and he's going to be a quarterback going forward. Right now, we're just thin at skill positions. It's a credit to him and to Mario and his room that he can have not practiced much and go out and play 5 different positions for us. Those guys have to know what everybody on the field does, and it also speaks to his competitiveness and his athletic ability.
What is the outlet for Kenai Noah and Wandell Robinson this week?
Conavai is done. He had to have a meniscus repaired, so we won't have him this week.
And Wandell,
Conavai's done.
Hey, Coach, one of those seniors on defense, Lamar Jackson, has a fair share of ups and downs here. How have you seen him mature, not only on the field, but off the field as a man?
Lamar? We've talked a lot about it. The defensive back group we had some trouble with when our staff first got here, just making sure they were doing things the right way and being good teammates. The guys that are still here from that group are doing everything we ask them. I love seeing them every day. Lamar has a smile on his face all the time. He's improved in a lot of ways, particularly in the way he'll come up and hit now and try to play physical. And I wish we'd have had him for 4 years because I really appreciate what he's done and the progress he's made.
Is there a situation this week where you would consider playing Ramir Johnson in the 5th game, or is his season over?
Yeah, I think Ramir's probably going to be on emergency duty only. We'd like to try to save his year if we can.
With Noah out, how does that set up the position?
Well, we played some other guys Saturday. Darian Chase was supposed to play. He was a little nicked up Saturday. He's going to be fine. Chris Hickman got some play outside and at tight end. Obviously, we played Luke. We're hopeful to get a couple other guys healthy again. Conavai was a big piece of what we were doing. He's absolute delight to coach. He worked hard, did everything right. It was all about the team. We're sorry that his season ended when it did, but feel good about the guys that come in for him.
Scott, what's your plan at kicker, and maybe what did Matt Waldock show you on Saturday that would give you confidence to put him on the field?
Tell you what I really want in a kicker is a guy that when I look him in the eye, he's confident, and when he gets his chance, he goes out and takes advantage of it. Matt's been fun to have on the team since he's joined us from the club soccer team. I'm sure there's a lot of guys on the club soccer team that are really excited for him. I met a few of them, the great guys. Look, he got an opportunity, and he made the most of it. He was lights out in every opportunity he got, and just that confidence that he shows gives me a lot of confidence in him.
Scott, Kirk Ferentz has been there, I think this is for 20 years. What sort of advantages does that sort of stability give a program that you feel like there are?
I think stability is huge. I think experience is huge. He's obviously got a lot of both of that. It's been a long time that he's been building that program and nurturing that program and recruiting the type of kids he wants in that system and developing them. We're a long way from being in a place that long. But obviously he's done a good job there. You know what you're going to get with Iowa, and they're a physical team. They're disciplined. They're not going to give you anything easy. Play hard on defense and have a really good scheme on offense. So they're going to make you earn it. Like I said, I got a ton of respect for him and for the program he's built.
Following up on Waldock, your kicking situation from August all the way till now, how do you sum that up?
I don't think I have the words for summing up the kicking situation. It's been crazy. Somebody told me that we have 6 different kickers that have scored a point for us this year. That's got to be some kind of record, and that's probably like having to pitch 6 pitchers in 1 inning. It's probably not a good outcome if you have to.
Do you think Waldock will stay with you guys beyond this year?
Yeah, I've already talked to Matt. We want him to be around next year as well, and again, hats off to the club soccer team that's letting us borrow him.
There's
Well, when we were having the issues, we were kind of putting out some feelers and trying to find some guys, and Matt and the soccer team kind of answered the bell right away. One of my teammates from college was coaching at a local high school that I can't talk about, but was coaching a local high school and said he knew a kid that had kicked well, and so we asked him to come on out, and he did a really good job right from the first day. So didn't know if we were going to get around to letting him have an opportunity or not, but when the game got in hand, I wanted to give him a chance to be on the field and make one.
When you evaluate the kicker stuff in the future, I mean, do you want to try to find a guy you can offer and stick with for 4 years, or do you kind of like finding local guys and build them up the ranks like this?
We got to have guys. That's an area of our game that has to improve. So we'll definitely, if we find the right guys, scholarship them, have them here for 4 years. That being said, if there's a good kicker in the state of Nebraska, we're going to try to get them here and give them opportunity. Obviously, Chris Brown was here when I played, but we also had Jesse Cush and Bill LaFleur and Teddy Retzloff and some local guys that did a great job for us, and there's been a history of that in Nebraska. So we got to get it fixed first, and then do what we can to get the right Nebraska kids in here to do the job.
We talked a little bit about it last week, but how many moving pieces were there just in putting together a travel roster and an offensive game plan? How did you think that guys responded to maybe playing a little bit of a different role than maybe what they set out for?
Yeah, the guys are to kind of the point of the season that they don't even blink when we throw some new schemes at them. They understand our offense and defense and kind of their assignments and everything, and they know the nuts and bolts of it, and it becomes pretty easy. The travel roster was a mess last week. We were making decisions all week, and it changed about 8 times, including the day before the game with a couple people sick and not able to travel, and guys getting healthy and being able to travel. And it was definitely a little bit of a moving puzzle last week, but the guys responded well.
Scott, today and tomorrow, the high school kids are all going to play for their championship here. For a lot of these kids, this is their dream, just to play in the stadium. What's your message to the high school football players that are playing here the next 2 days?
Just congratulations. State championships are a big deal everywhere. In Nebraska, everybody's watching. I never got to play in a state championship football game. We got beat in the semis twice. It's a special deal. Probably one of the worst parts about working here for me is I can't go to those things anymore. It counts as a evaluation. I used to love going to the state basketball tournament and state wrestling and state football championships, and now I got to watch them on TV like everybody else. But it's a big deal. Congratulations to all of them.
Do you want some of those guys?
We want as many good players as we can get in here, and the more local talent we can get, the better off.
Bo Berry's obviously going through senior day stuff on Friday. Do you remember your first interaction with him? He seems like he's a pretty magnetic personality. Do you remember meeting him?
Yeah, Mo right away was one of the guys that stepped forward and stepped to the front. I think he came into my office shortly after I got the job just to talk about what he could do to help us get the thing righted, and he's the type of guy that's going to sell out and do everything he can to try to help his team.
You guys won't win any championships, they won't get any rings, but what will their place in Nebraska history be this season?
Every guy that I've ever played with or been around that played here loves Nebraska people, loves the university, and loves the football program. It becomes your second family, and these guys are all going to leave. I hope they feel the same way. They've been through a lot. They've done a lot of the work that we've needed to put in to try to get Nebraska football back to where it should be, and I'm grateful to them for it, and we'll welcome with open arms anytime they want to come back and be around.